The circuit breaker is designed to cut off the current if the current is too high, in a similar way to a fuse. Unlike a fuse though, you don't have to replace the circuit breaker if it trips out. You can just reset it. And it works using electromagnetism. So inside here is a coil of wire, and if the current is large enough through the coil of wire, it makes a very strong electromagnet, and that can pull this pin into the electromagnet, which will trip the switch, and I'll show you that working in a second. So at the moment we have a circuit where the current comes in, wraps around these coils along here, and I'll explain what those are for in a minute. There is a contact screw here for contacting with this metal, and then when the current is large enough and the electromagnet works, this will be pulled in and move away from this contact screw there, and that breaks the circuit. So just check it's reset and then switch on. So when I press this button, I'll short circuit, so I'll send a very large current through the circuit briefly, and you'll see this pin move. So if you watch the pin, and there you go, the pin moves, it breaks contact, so the light's gone off, so there's no current flowing through the circuit anymore, and it's tripped. If I just show you that again, so I switch on and I press the button, and this electromagnet will pull the pin in, and that breaks the circuit, and there you go, you can see that. One other function on this circuit, if I reset it, is that it's got this coil of wires here. Now sometimes the current is large that it could cause a fire, but not large enough to trip the circuit breaker, and this is effectively a thermal switch. So this wire is wrapped around there and heats the coil inside here, and that causes the metal to bend, and that will trip the switch itself. So if we leave it for a while, you'll probably see the wire, the coil will heat up the metal strip inside, and that will trip the switch itself. And there you go, you see that the metal strip bent because it's a bimetallic strip. It's made of two strips, different metals that expand by different amounts as they're heated, and that causes this metal rod to bend, and that tripped the switch itself.